Getting an oil change seems simple, right? 30 minutes, $70, and you're good to go. But what if I told you that some customers have reported engine problems shortly after oil changes? In the next few minutes, I'm going to share warning signs that could help you avoid becoming one of those cases. This is based on real consumer complaints and investigative reports. Before we continue, let me ask you something. When was the last time you changed your oil? Did you see which brand they used? Did you keep the receipt? These might seem like small details, but according to consumer protection agencies, they can make all the difference if something goes wrong. My name is Behind the Garage Scams channel. For the past 3 years, I've been analyzing consumer complaints, reading investigative reports, and talking to automotive experts about common issues in the car repair industry. Today, I want to talk about something that's been appearing more and more in consumer complaint databases: oil change services that may not meet quality standards. This isn't about accusing anyone without proof. This is about sharing red flags, teaching you what to look for, and giving you tools to protect yourself. Because according to the Better Business Bureau and consumer protection agencies, oil change complaints do exist, and they're worth paying attention to. Let me share a case that was documented in a consumer protection report. A car owner from Arizona, let's call him Michael for privacy, owned a Honda Civic 2021. According to the report filed with the State Consumer Protection Office, he took his car to a service center for an oil change. The receipt showed $70 for a synthetic oil change with filter. According to the complaint filed, 1 week later, his engine started making unusual noises. He returned to the service center. The report states that he was told it was normal adaptation to new oil. 3 days later, the noise worsened. He took the vehicle to a Honda certified technician, who, according to the diagnostic report, found severe engine damage. The repair estimate was $5,600. The diagnostic report suggested that the damage pattern was consistent with inadequate lubrication. When Michael returned to the original service center with this report, according to his complaint, they declined responsibility. The case ended up in small claims court. I'm sharing this not to accuse any specific business, but to show you why documentation matters. Cases like this appear in consumer complaint databases. Not every day, but they do appear. And the common thread in many of these complaints is always the same: difficulty proving what actually happened. That's why today I want to focus on prevention, not accusation. Let me explain how the oil change business works so you understand the economics. This isn't about accusing anyone, it's about understanding the business model. Quality synthetic oil from major brands costs between $9 and $14 per quart at wholesale prices. A typical oil change uses 5 quarts. That means the oil alone costs between $45 and $70 wholesale. Add the filter at $10 to $15, labor costs, overhead, and you can see why most shops charge $70 to $90 for a synthetic oil change. Now here's where it gets interesting. According to industry reports and investigations by consumer protection agencies, there have been documented cases of substandard or mislabeled oil products entering the supply chain. I'm not saying every shop does this. I'm saying it has been documented that it happens in some cases. The Federal Trade Commission has filed cases against companies for selling mislabeled motor oil. State attorneys general have prosecuted cases of counterfeit automotive products. These aren't conspiracy theories. These are public court records. The challenge for consumers is this: when you're at a service center, you can't tell by looking whether the oil is what it claims to be. The color looks similar. The viscosity seems right. The bottle might even look legitimate. Unless you send it to a laboratory for testing, which costs hundreds of dollars, you're trusting what you're told. So how do you protect yourself? I've developed a 7-step protocol based on recommendations from consumer advocates, automotive engineers, and legal experts. This isn't paranoia. This is consumer protection best practices. Step 1. Know your car's requirements. Before going anywhere, check your owner's manual. Write down the exact oil specification. Viscosity like 5W30 or 0W20, and the certification like API SN+, or ILSAC GF6. This is your baseline. Step 2. Choose your service provider carefully. Look at reviews, but not just the star rating. Read the 1-star and 2-star reviews specifically about oil changes. Look for patterns. Check with the Better Business Bureau for complaints. Ask friends and family where they go and whether they've had problems. Step 3. Ask questions before authorizing service. What brand of oil do you use? Can I see the container before you open it? Is it sealed? Does it match my car's specifications? A reputable shop will answer these questions without hesitation. If they act defensive or refuse to answer, that's a red flag. Step 4. Request detailed documentation. Your invoice should list the specific brand, type, viscosity, and quantity of oil used. Not just oil change service, but 5 quarts Mobil 1 Synthetic 5 W30. Without this detail, you have no proof of what was actually used. Step 5. Keep the empty containers. You have the right to keep the used product packaging. This serves as physical evidence of what was used. If a shop refuses to give you the empty bottles, ask why. There's no legitimate reason to refuse. Step 6. Take photos. Before and after mileage, the sealed oil containers, your invoice, the oil filter part number. Create a folder on your phone. This takes 3 minutes and could save you thousands of dollars in a dispute. Step 7. Understand your rights. In most states, service centers are required to provide written estimates, use parts that meet manufacturer specifications, and return replaced parts upon request. Know what your state's automotive repair laws say. The information is usually available on your state attorney general's website. Let me share specific warning signs based on documented consumer complaints and investigations. Warning sign 1. Prices significantly below market rate. If everyone charges $70 to $90 for synthetic oil and someone offers it for $40, ask yourself how that's possible. Sometimes it's a legitimate promotional loss leader. Sometimes it's not actually synthetic oil. Warning sign 2. Reluctance to show you the product before use. Legitimate businesses have no problem showing you a sealed container of the oil they're about to use. Warning sign 3. Pressure to add unnecessary services. While upselling is normal business practice, aggressive pushing of services you don't need according to your owner is manual, can indicate a business model based on maximizing revenue over customer service. Warning sign 4. No written guarantee or very short guarantee periods. Reputable shops typically offer at least a 30-day guarantee on oil change services. Warning sign 5. Difficulty getting detailed receipts. If you have to argue to get an itemized receipt showing exactly what was used, consider whether you want to do business there. I want to be clear about something. Most automotive service businesses are legitimate. Most mechanics are honest professionals trying to make a living. The vast majority of oil changes happen without problems. But according to consumer protection data, problems do occur. And when they occur, they can be expensive and difficult to resolve. The point of this video isn't to make you paranoid about every oil change. It's to give you tools to be an informed consumer. The Better Business Bureau receives thousands of automotive service complaints every year. State consumer protection offices handle hundreds of cases. The Federal Trade Commission prosecutes automotive fraud cases. This isn't made up. It's documented reality. Your job as a consumer isn't to become a private investigator. Your job is to be reasonably cautious, ask reasonable questions, and keep reasonable documentation. That's not paranoia. That's basic consumer protection. So what have we learned today? Oil changes aren't always as simple as they seem. While most are perfectly fine, some consumers have reported problems. The key to protecting yourself isn't fear, it's information. Know what your car needs. Choose service providers carefully. Ask questions. Get detailed documentation. Keep records. Understand your rights. These 6 things will protect you better than any amount of worry. If you found this information helpful, share it with someone who owns a car. If you've had an experience with an oil change gone wrong, consider filing a complaint with your state consumer protection office and the Better Business Bureau. Documentation helps everyone. Remember, your car is likely your second largest investment after your home. Taking 30 minutes to protect that investment with proper documentation and informed questions isn't being difficult, it's being smart. Check your owner's manual. Choose wisely, document everything, and drive safely. We research consumer protection issues so you don't have to learn the hard way.